Pork is one of my favorite meats. I love cooking with it. Now, I'm always getting asked, what's your go-to recipe? For me, it's pork tacos. You can put it all together easily, throw it on the table, let everyone dig in. What's not to like about that? Star of this show is our pork belly. One of my favorite pieces of meat. Not that expensive, you need to slow cook it because it's not tender. But you've got that beautiful marbling of fat. That fat will melt into the meat. But what we need to do to really bring it up to a new level is a quick marinade. I have a couple of cloves of garlic. As I get 2 or 3 onions. We're really just gonna cut them in half. Stalks, skin. So just 3 chilies, no chopping, straight on. Then we just need to give it a little bit of a spice blend, so we're thinking of Mexico. So what I'm gonna use is cumin seeds, another one of my favorite ingredients. 3 tablespoons, give or take. We're gonna use some star anise, so it has that kind of fennel aniseed flavor. These are quite intense. They have that nice star shape. I'm gonna just put 2 of them on there. And then some coriander seeds. You get a nice freshness off this as well. 3 tablespoons, give or take. And I stick it in the oven, 200 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes until it's nicely browned and blackened. These are perfect, so this is exactly what you're after. You can see the spices have gone nice and golden brown, nice and dark, you can smell it. Nice char on the onions and pretty much blackened on the chili, so it's got a nice heat. Ready for the blender. 1 or 2 more ingredients just to jazz it up. A little bit of fresh ginger. I don't roast it because it goes a little bit bitter, but it'll be nicely fresh in there. I'm gonna add a good bit of cider vinegar, just for that kind of hot things, chilies, love acid to bring them out. So I've put about 50 mils of vinegar in there, and then last thing it needs is salt. 2 good handfuls of salt, ready to blend. It's pretty much ready to be wrapped. Now remember, this marinade is partially cooked, but it's still got a lot of raw flavors. So what will happen is when we slow cook it in the oven, they will essentially steam, they'll mellow out. You still get that lovely spice and that heat and all those spices. And we'll finish it with a nice char at the edge. This is my favorite way to eat pork belly. What we need to do, fold the tin foil in on top, make sure there's no gaps, and it's ready for the oven. And simply like that, cook it for about 2.5 to 3 hours at 150 degrees. And for that last 15 minutes, we'll pump it up to 220 and get it nice and charred. I'm gonna put together a few sides. First one, very simple salsa. Want this salsa to be lovely, zesty and fresh with a bit of spice, so just half a red onion is going in the base. Again, small dice. I have it prepared before, it goes straight in the bowl. We have a lot of heat already in the pork, so I'm just going to use half of this green chili. I'm going to leave the seeds in, but it's very, very important we get a fine dice. Next, we need to add some acid. I'm going to add the juice of half a lime. And a little bit of salt. Quick mix around, just let it fold over itself. We're going to leave it for about 10-15 minutes to do its thing. Quick clean down, and I'm going to get some fried beans on the go. And make sure this is thinly sliced garlic, so when it goes in that pan with the oil, it'll go nice and golden brown, and it'll leave that flavor of roast garlic in the oil. What we need is a store cupboard ingredient, which is our kidney beans. That's 2 tins of kidney beans in there. All I need to do is give it a quick toss. We're going to season it up with some salt. And we just need to cook it out and let them break down for between 2 to 3 minutes. You can see what's happened here. They started to break down. That heat almost gives them a sort of glaze on the outside. Well, I'm just going to use one of those old school mashers that you'd have for potatoes. Take it off the heat and put some elbow grease into it. That's exactly what you're looking for. A little bit different. It's going to hold together all those really punchy flavors in the taco. We have our salsa and we have our refried beans. Every good taco needs a guacamole. And the key ingredient, as everyone probably knows, avocado. The avocado in itself is quite dull in flavor. There's a lot of fat in there, so we need to add things to it, particularly acid and salt. First one is the other half of our lime. It also protects the color. You want to keep that nice vibrant green. And the acid and the lime juice will do that. After that, it's a good handful of sea salt. The salt and the acid is what our palate often craves. And leave a bit of texture in there, because everything's quite soft in tacos, particularly with that slow cooked pork. You want to get that bite from both the avocado and the salsa. And then just a couple of ingredients to finish off to really bring it up a bit. Tomatoes, I'm just using some cherry tomatoes. Next, we're going to get a good handful of coriander and give that lovely burst of freshness through all the heat and spice in these tacos. And a secret I use, just to give that bit of extra heat at the end. Not very traditional, is some Tabasco sauce. A couple of drops in there, and that will light it up. Now we just need to focus on the main event, that pork belly. Oh yes, that does look seriously good. You can smell the vinegar and the spice. That is the money shot. It's just wobbling almost. Then we just season it up. And just because I can't resist at the end, touch more sea salt. But it'll be a shame not to make up a taco. Straight on. Ah, oh. So all I really want to do is absolutely smash it. And am I allowed to smash it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, I do 10 of them. I'm hoping that the one thing we learned about meat tonight is just not to be afraid of it. These recipes give you the foundations of cooking it. It's up to you to pick whatever types of meat you like, whatever techniques, spices, flavors. Be creative. The best thing is there's no right or wrong. That's my favorite part of cooking. Next week, we're doing 4 fish recipes. It's a beast. I've got some fried fish fingers with a tartar sauce. Then I have a quick and easy paella recipe with 3 varieties of shellfish. And I'll be answering another of your food questions. I'm going to give you a recipe with a few tricks that will make your life easier. And to finish up, I've got a recipe you can whip up for that very special dinner. That beautiful. It's a herb-crusted cod recipe, and you're not going to want to miss this.